We met in Dubai, and you are a living legend. So let me put it that way. And it's really a pleasure and honor to have you speak to us and with us. And if it's fine for you, I would like to run the show today, like as kind of an interview with you, because
Sure.
we want to stick to our 30 minutes. We don't want to overbore people, but we want the pearls of wisdoms from your lips. And we want to hear some of your, like the key pieces of your experience over the years. So if that is fine for you, I would also ask you, is it okay for you if we record this so we can pass it on? Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
So Susie's recording it now, is that right? Yes, I can see it. So Bob, as I have learned, you're with a company actually since the Stone Ages. And you are one of the basic rocks in this business. And if I may say so, you must be one of the top earners in our company. And that is due to your personality, I suppose. And just the thing that really struck me was you are not a top earner since yesterday, but you are a top earner since so many years. So you must be doing things right, obviously. And I want to ask you a few questions about that. How many years are you actually in the company?
June 8th will be 30 years.
30 years.
Unbelievable. When I started, I thought if I made a fraction of this money, I would just sit down and not work again. But I just got caught up in it.
You got caught up in it. How did it happen, actually?
How did I get involved?
Yes.
I quit school. I was a construction worker. I got married young. I had 5 sons in less than 7 years. My oldest boy was 6 when I had a 5th one. So I was working 7 days a week trying to feed 5 kids and my wife and I. I came home from work one day and my wife said, a friend of ours had called and he was trying to come over and get her opinion on something. I said, that blankety blank is going to try to sell us something. We ain't buying nothing he has. She says, no, he wants my opinion. But a friend came by, shared a product with us. The product made sense. Tried to share the business with us. We weren't interested. We bought the product. Then they kept calling my wife about the business when I was at work. And one day, my friend and another friend called my wife on a 3-way call and said she didn't have to join this business, but she didn't know what she was saying no to, and her negative attitude was going to jeopardize the financial future of her children. So she owed it to the kids not to join, but to come and look. So she said, if I come and look and tell you no, will you quit calling? And they said no. She went to the presentation. When I came home that night, she wasn't there. And I asked the kids, I said, where's your mom? And she just called and said, you got to get cleaned up and go back to the presentation. We're going to get rich. Are we, Dad? And I was thinking, oh, no, these guys got it. And she took me back to a presentation. And I was 40 years old at the time. And this young kid there, he was 24, 25 years old. I knew it was Burdick. I knew him not well. He was a broke waiter, right? And he said, Bob, he said, I don't want to offend you, but can I ask you a question? And these questions changed my family's lives for generations. I said, let me have it, kid. He said, you can lie to me, don't lie to yourself. I said, let me have the question. He said, is what you're currently doing going to take you financially to where you want to be in reasonable time? And I looked at him, and before I could get my hands on him, he said, let me rephrase it, ever. Then he said, do you have a plan B? I said, I think I'm like so many people. Once you finish school, I was a smart guy, so I was able to quit school. The slower learners graduate. The real slow people go to university. But sooner or later, you get out of school. Then you start a job or a business and usually a family. And I think I'm like so many people, I forgot about the future. I was worried about Friday, the house payment, the car payment, the insurance, food, all that stuff. So, and I never thought about residual income. So he said, just sit there and look. So when I sat through the presentation, what I saw was a rock solid company. They were only 17 years old then. They're 47 years old now. All right. They had a product that everybody needed. Basically, no one had. A product that made sense. A simple system, out of my comfort zone, but a simple, something I could do. All right. And I said, what are the income producing activities? You know, could I really do it? He said, sharing a product, sharing something I believe in, sharing the business, and getting people to come to events. And I'm a numbers guy. I saw that if you built a team, I know it's not a perfect world. I've been in 35 countries, but if I got 5 and they got 5, who got 5 deep, I'm going to use US numbers right now. And they all did $100 a month in business. That's all, just $100. My performance bonus alone would pay me $19,525 a month. And I couldn't believe it. And I said, I could, back then I thought 5 or 10 grand a month was a lot of money. So my wife and I went to work, and I understood structure was an important part of your business and being duplicatable. And a long story short, in just shy of 30 years, made over $26 million.
That's impressive, Bob. That's really impressive. Wow. So, so it was numbers why you decided for the company called NSA back then. Is that right?
Right.
Right. All right. With me, it was kind of different because I didn't understand the numbers. I'm not a numbers guy, but I decided for the company because the people got along so well with each other and they were so likable. And of course, I understood the numbers with the years. And now we're in Dubai with the whole thing. So I must have gotten something right at least.
Right.
That's a good thing we did. And what you did is, oh, wow, that's really far out. And, you know, I was thinking these days before this call, actually, you must have been offered so many networks and so many MLMs and something from this sort and that kind. Why do you actually still stick with Juice Plus? I mean, it's one of those not so loud ones. It's one of those not so shiny ones, the way we experience it. But still, you are here. Why did you persist with Juice Plus and the NSA company before all these years?
I think Jay Martin's a big part of it. You couldn't find a better leader than Jay Martin. You know, there's nothing he could do, ask me to do, I wouldn't do. If he wanted me to be in combat tomorrow morning, I'd be there. All right. The founder and owner of the company, you know, his mission-driven company model is one thing. Another thing is the compensation plan. All right. I'm a numbers guy. So many network marketing companies pay 3, 4, 5 levels deep versus generations. And people don't really, my wife was in one other network marketing company once before. That's why I was so negative. They paid generations deep. And people don't realize how much money the company is pocketing that's not being really paid out. Again, I'm a numbers guy. So our marketing plan is as great as our product. Again, most people aren't good with numbers, but that's why we have so many $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month earners, is because of our compensation plan. Now, I think because people aren't good with numbers, one of the things that helped me was I taught them.
Yes.
You know, when I have 5 sons, you know, I have 10 grandsons, 5 granddaughters, 5 great-grandchildren, 3 on the way.
That's where the number 5 comes from. It's not the compensation plan, it's your family.
And all 5 lines don't always work. My mama had 5 sons. I'm one of 5 boys. I was the only one to have children.
Wow.
So every line doesn't produce. When I had my 5 boys, looking back at my brothers, I said, I got to get these guys working.
I understand. So, well, that's the same thing with our business. Sometimes you find a huge partner in the 2nd and 3rd or 4th level, and he's performing well, but still it's a number 5 behind it.
But some people don't, when they sponsor a new person, I'm sponsoring you, let's say.
Yes.
And let's say you're really into the product more than anything. You know, you have a nutrition background or something, but it's my responsibility as a friend in an upline to emphasize the importance of structure over time, how it's going to change your income in the next year, next 3 years, next 5 years, next 10 years. Okay. If you built a business 6x5 and I built one 5x5, even though you only had one more person, you would double my income in 2 years. You'd make twice what I'm making. So, and people don't, with a pencil and paper, I sit down and share and teach this to people. So me, not only building my team right, teaching my front line and their front line to do it right, I think is what built such a stable foundation under our business, just like a building. If you build a big 20, 40, 50-story building, the ones they have in Dubai, they have the proper foundation. All right?
That's a good picture.
Same thing here.
Yeah. So I understand the things go together. We have a good product and we have a good company, plus we have good people in the whole business, teaching other people like you do.
Right, and we have so many sideline friends like you and I that all work together. That makes it more fun and easier. And sometimes what you say to one of my distributors will affect them more than what I say, or what I say to one of yours. They'll listen to me more than they'll listen to you sometimes.
Well, as agreed, we're going to put that to a test in Dubai.
Right, yeah. It worked for me around the world.
May I ask you a personal question at this point?
Sure.
I mean, you're in this company so many years, and you're a living legend. And you, I assume, you could retire any day.
Oh, yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning, just quit, and you're still going to be fine, and your income is going to be growing. It's going to grow, yeah, I'm sure it will. Because finally, I did understand the marketing plan as well, but still, my question is, why do you actually still keep going? I mean, I saw you in Europe, I saw you in Germany, I saw you now in Dubai. I mean, that's way away from your place, all your grandsons and all these people you love, but you still keep going. Why do you do that?
Well, I make it a point to be home for special events. I've got a great-granddaughter turning 6 today, my oldest great-granddaughter. I had a grandson winning a wrestling tournament yesterday. I was there at that. But I think people are the happiest when they're productive. You could be planting a garden. You could be planting a tower garden, okay? You could be building a business. You could be learning how to play a violin or a piano, okay? But when people are productive, they're the happiest. And Willie Nelson, a country western singer, says, "Time flies by in the blink of an eye when you're getting paid for having too much fun, living a nightlife, kicking out the footlights." All right, so all I do, I tell people, is I like to travel, okay? I've traveled my whole entire life, okay? I went to 23 different schools in 11 years. My parents moved so often, okay? Like I said, I've been in 35 countries in 49 states. So this business gives me the advantage of making friends all over the world. I met James Sanderson 28, 29 years ago, you know, and the friends I've made all over Germany and Europe and stuff like that. So I'm making friends. I'm building a legacy for my family that will last them for generations, okay? And I think I'm helping people with their financial future or their health future. So I'm helping people, I'm making friends, and this way with the U.S. tax laws, before when I traveled, it was an expense. Now it's a tax deduction.
Well, let's not slip into that topic, what's happening in your country. The only thing I really take as one of these pearls of wisdom is, you know, my main driving force for this is my little son, and he's 4 years old since 2 weeks. And in 14 years, I want to give this business to him, or at least be able to offer it to him. So I want to build a stable future for him. That consequently means I'm going to build a stable business and future for myself, my family, my friends, and the people I'm going to meet. And I'm very happy to hear that from your side, because this is one of the reasons why I like this company very much. It's not all about numbers and money. And Machad, thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'm happy to hear that. So I know I'm going to see you the next 500 years around because you're looking good.
Well, thank you.
So being in the company for 30 years now, you knew the company growing up together with you probably side by side. And Jay Martin is one of the rocks in it. Jay Martin is a really good reason. And oh, by the way, I heard the most ingenious product presentation from his words. He asked the people, you know, what is it you don't understand? The fruits, the vegetables, or the capsule?
Right.
All right, this is really basic and it's really understandable. That's good. And actually, what do you feel, and in which way has the company changed for the better over all these years?
Well, I think the tools we have today, when I started, the brochures were black and white. We had no virtual office. We had no international business. I remember when we first went into Canada, people thought it was a big deal. Okay. Then we opened up the UK in '88, and I think Germany in '92. So the international expansion, the different tools we have today, and the things like social media. When I started, we would flyer a parking lot. I'd go get a printer and print up 1,000 flyers, and for the business, for the product, I'd take my 5 sons to big parking lots, and they'd flyer a parking lot. Where today, somebody in just a push of a button posts something on social media. So it's the social media and cell phones and things like that came along outside the company, but helped the company. And then also the tools the company has, the research we have behind our products today, the credibility we have today, to me, makes it way easier. And with my family, I just showed the results. Like I showed my 15 grandchildren. I said, they've been on Juice Plus their whole life. I said, tell me which one's not healthy. Okay, 2 of my granddaughters are the state champion competition cheerleading. My grandson, the 16-year-old, won his 11th consecutive state championship yesterday. One's a state, so I'm a proud grandpa. So I credit the product for the success of my family as well.
That's good to hear, Bob. That's really good to hear because I really like what the company does for us, also in the sense of health. And I'm such a science nut because I wanted to read everything, and that is really something else. To read that every single trial has been done with humans. Usually, it's done with monkeys or fishes or whatever, you pick it, but it's done with us. So this is another factor of credibility we can offer to people to understand, and it's basically up to that point it's a no-brainer. So I was going to ask you about the values also because I have not met so many networks as you have probably over the years, but what I find in Juice Plus Company is a set of values that really strike me as very personal and likable. What do you think about that?
Yes, and they don't make people warehouse inventory. You know, unlike some companies, you have to buy a case. Let's just use our products for an example. A case of Chocolate Complete, so I can sell one customer some. If I don't sell the rest, I've got a whole case of it sitting there. Plus, when you're brand new, the finances to finance that stuff. So here, I don't have to, when you talk about the advantages of this company over other company, besides our product blows them away, we don't inventory product, we don't ship and deliver product, we don't bill and collect. All we do is obtain customers and do the proper follow-up and recruit franchise partners and train and teach them. So the only product I'm buying is for my family. Now that's a chunk for my family. But
that's a lot probably with 16.
Yeah, but because I can, I buy it for the entire family.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So yeah, that's very interesting to listen to you because what we experience in our short period of time within the company is the same thing you're saying, and that's obviously very stable. And that's the thing. If I switch into a job like doing a network marketing, I want to know it's stable. I want to know it's sustainable, and I want to know I'm doing the right thing for many, many years because I'm passing it on to people. So it's very personal, and I'm happy to hear you're seeing and experience in the same way.
And I also say we have a product that's never going to go out of style. You know, I remember different things in the 1950s. I'm a little older than some of you guys. And the 1960s that are not here today. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Even cameras, you know, with film that you developed and stuff like that, you very seldom see that anymore. Fruits and vegetables make sense to people. They're never going to go out of style. Now, this is sad. Man's not going to quit screwing up the environment. Demand's only going to increase. I said, you want to be the next distributor or the last one, okay? We have a product that everybody needs. You might as well say has to have, and the supply is running out. It's getting damaged. So we have a product that everybody needs. Very few people have or consume enough of, that will never go out of style, and demand will only increase. So I mean, this product's good for the rest of the time.
Well, it sure is, and I see it in a different way also. Not in a different way, same way, because even in Germany, and we have apples, we have blueberries, and all these kind of things, but most of sorts of food we eat has traveled a long, long way until it reaches our kitchens. And traveling makes us men and women, us humans, better, but it doesn't make food better. So
right.
It's the point we have it this way. But you mentioned one thing, the camera thing. I don't want to talk about cameras, but I want to talk about technique, because what we see in my university times, I was not even a computer guy. I had to scribble everything by hand, and was demanded for and asked for. But today we have a computer toy for my son. He has one because I want him to learn it as a toy, not as a tool, not a toy, but still he's learning it. And we have an iPhone, we have Facebook, and we write emails. Before we wrote letters, and I had a pen. I still have one. No ink, though, but we write emails. So we spoke about it in Dubai, and I was kind of surprised to hear from your side also that Facebook is not your major basis in the business.
No.
If you use Facebook, as you do, because we spoke and we texted it via Facebook, how do you use Facebook in the sense of utilizing Facebook to make your business grow? How do you do that?
Really just messaging with and following some of my team, all right? I'm more of a one-on-one guy, and I try to teach my team, you want to always be prepared, and you want to listen more than you talk. People at the wrestling tournament, I was meeting coaches and stuff there from all over the United States too. They're from Oklahoma and different places. I always have business cards with me. I'm always listening to what they're wanting. Some people want to travel, some people don't want to travel. So if I'm selling the travel side of the business, people don't have to travel in this business. I enjoy it. So listening to people and always being prepared, having your business card with you, with your information on it, knowing of any events in a reasonable driving distance of where you're located. So if you meet somebody, you can invite them to next Tuesday's event at the restaurant or wherever it's at. So again, I do most of mine face-to-face, and the Facebook and stuff like that, I usually just messaging with people that message me on my team and stuff like that. But now, again, I recruit people that are good at things that I'm not good at. Like I don't get a pair of pliers and pull my teeth. I go to a dentist. Okay.
Good example.
All right. And recruiting young people today, they're so much more savvy, the biggest part, with the social media. And the younger people give you a longer team builder. If I recruit somebody, Hazel, you met Hazel in Dubai, she's 86. She's only going to build so long, okay? If I recruit a 26-year-old, they're going to work a little longer. So it's more stability by getting those young people, and they know things I don't know.
Which is true, and they know many things about that.
I try to tell people the smartest people in the world are the ones that learn the fastest after they know everything. I don't care if you're Bob Burdick, yourself, Jeff or Birdie, who you are, don't quit learning. Okay, consistently be learning. Things change all the time. I don't ride a horse and buggy. I got a car, Things change. Okay, you got to change with time. But again, the things that I'm not real good at, the social media and stuff, I recruit younger folks to do that.
That's a good point you just gave me, and I want to pick that one up. How do you recruit people today? Because in our business, it's all about meeting people, but recruiting people alike. And I'm always being questioned. I'm new in the business now. You convinced me, and I really feel I'm going to have fun with it. How do I recruit people? So, how do you recruit people, Bob?
Okay, I'm listening, and I'm trying to I'm not trying to deceive anybody, but I'm saying things where they'll ask me questions. Okay, I'm not trying to sell. I'm just trying to educate. And where I live, very few people travel any distance. So when they hear I'm going to Dubai or even Germany or England, they'll say, "What do you do?" So if I can get the person to say, "What do you do?" then I usually say, "I inspire healthy living around the world, and I offer people a plan B whose plan A didn't work." Then I don't keep selling. This is the hardest thing with people. I shut up and listen. Some are interested in the how do you inspire the healthy living? Some people are interested, what's your plan B? So listen to what they're asking you and keep it as short as possible. You don't overwhelm them on the first date. Okay. So listening and asking questions and then listening to what their interests are.
That's good to hear. Now, you finally gave me the most sensible explanation for the fact that us humans have one mouth and two ears. So
right.
Listening is double. So when you do that in the future, much better.
Right. Most people don't need any ears.
All right. So listening and asking questions is much more than telling people the news.
Right.
Yes. So I have a technical question for you. From your experience, and that's a huge toolbox of experience, what do you teach newbies? How do you inform newbies how to prepare for their first meetings? Because it's all about being nervous and do I do things right? Did I think of everything? So what do you tell them?
Okay, be yourself. I said the biggest compliment I get is, Bob, you're just you. I said, I'm not smart enough to be somebody else. It's a challenge just being me. So just be yourself, all right? Okay, and lead by example, all right? So what I thought was people were going to ask me when I share the business with them, well, how much can I make? How many customers do you have? How long you've been doing this? How much have you made? And I heard a man say one day, you can't teach what you don't know. You can't know what you don't do. So you must do to know and know to teach. So if I'm recruiting you, I can't teach you how to get customers if I've never gotten one. So I teach my people straight away. The only 3 income producing activities are sharing our product. There's many ways to do that. Sharing our business and promoting events. I said, there's all kind of events. We did some live events at the Bikers Cafe there in Dubai. We're doing Zoom calls today. So there's different kinds of events. But promoting events is the #1 income producer. That was hard for me to understand in the beginning. When I sell a product, I make a commission. When I recruit a team member, he becomes a customer, or she does, and they get customers. I get a commission. But I said, how do I make money from events? When people get to events, they see 2 big things, in my opinion. They see, #1, I can do it. Okay, no disrespect to anybody. When I went to my first couple of big presentations, I saw idiots making money. I said, that guy's making money? I'll get rich. I think getting people to events, they'll relate to somebody's story, because you see so many people share their product story or their business story, and your guest will see that and relate to somebody there. It's usually somebody else's story that will sell your guest. I'll bring somebody here and he has a background similar to yours. And he said, wow, you never told me that, Bob. Here, I've been telling him for 3 weeks. You say it once, and it just, the way you say it resonates with them. So getting people to events, because they'll see a bigger picture and they'll see they can do it. When I went to my first conference, I was already doing well. But when I got there, I said, God darn, there's a whole lot more money here than I thought. Okay, so, and going to international conferences, that's another thing people don't do. They go to countries, they go to conferences and meetings only in Germany or only in the UK or only in the US. I think what I learned in the beginning was the width of your distributorship and geographically diversifying your business is what makes it so stable.
All right, so I see another dimension in the importance of the events. So I'm very happy you're teaming up with us, or I can team up with you. And
I'm happy to team up with you. I learned from everybody I work with.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I'm going to keep that one in mind. So yeah, that's really precious.
What you're growing or rotting. Your choice.
And one more question, and let that be the last one before the last one. From your experience, how do you manage to get your newbies, the ones who decided for this business, to get into action? How do you do that?
It's a challenge for all of us. I don't care if you're brand new or like you or I or whatever. I try to show them that what you do, leading by example. If you want other people to do, you want to build a team, I ask them, what would you do for 3 to 5 years to get paid the rest of your life? Okay, now joining a gym doesn't get you in shape.
Which I know.
Yeah, I tried that. You got to go there and lift the weights. I said, becoming a franchise partner cost you $365, okay, for pounds or dollars or Europe, or whatever. All right, that doesn't make you money. That costs you money. Going to work is what builds the money. And the reason people don't like network marketing is a typical network marketer says, they word it different, but this is what your friend hears. Will you do what I won't do to make me rich? Rather than, this is what I'm doing, do you want to do it with me? Without being rude, I told my friends, I'm doing this with or without you. This is going to happen whether I get involved or not. Okay, this is my only shot at life. The NFL, the American Football League, never called me. The American Basketball League, never, hard to believe, I know, okay? Okay, again, I'm not going to be a rock star, okay? This is the average person's best shot at financial freedom. I truly believe that. And I said, I thought of you, okay? But I said, me working is not going to make you money. Me bringing you to the gym, unless you lift the weights, you're just going to watch me get healthy. I can bring you to the meeting, but we use my presentation and your people. I'll help you contact the people. I think doing 3-way calls helps a person come to the meeting. You're my new distributor, all right? And you put your friend on a 3-way call, and I'll say, I'm looking forward to meeting you Tuesday night at the Bikers Cafe. After we have and the person will show up to meet a stranger when they won't show up for their friend. I don't know why that works, but it does. I think 3-way calls, I teach my team this, particularly in the beginning, are one of the most effective ways to get people to an event. And getting people to an event is the biggest income producer. Again, people see a bigger picture and they see they can do it. Usually somebody else's story will sell your guest.
Okay. So to sum it up, you actually touched the people's wish for freedom by telling them this could be a solution for you too, and it's going to happen anyways. If you're in or not, doesn't matter, but be part of it if you wish to, and then it's their responsibility, and you show them the tools. And you inspire with the three-wheel calls. I was going to say that. No, 3-way calls. Sure. And using this third person, we call it a third person, a third authority or competence or credibility to make somebody feel, all right, this is a bigger picture.
Right. 3-way calls, I found, is the most effective ways to get people. Getting people to show up to an event is a challenge. I admit that.
Yes.
3-way calls, I think, are the most effective. And it puzzles me because we've been friends for 20 years and I try to get you to come, you won't. I put you on a call with a total stranger and you show up. I don't have to understand why that works. I understand it does. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, we don't need to understand physics. We just need to use them for our benefit.
Right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, okay. So let me lay one last question on you, because you are the source of experience and inspiration. What is your personal vision, your plan of action, and the biggest benefit you see in having opened the market in Dubai? How do you see this?
Oh, wow. Not only for myself, but for my team or anybody, 90% of the people in Dubai are not from Dubai. Okay?
Yes.
They're from, you know that, you've been there, from India, the Philippines, African countries, the Middle East. With such a small percentage of locals there, from that market, your business is going to expand almost throughout the world, but particularly the Middle East, the Far East, and the African nations.
Yes.
So it's like if you had a business in South Florida and you open up the rest of the Caribbean and South America in the U.S., if you had a business, of most people in South Florida speak fluent Portuguese and Spanish, okay? So, I mean, they're all from South America. Your business would spread. If you knew South America is going to open, I'd definitely be building a team in South Florida. But from Dubai there, your business is going to spread to so many different countries. And again, having the proper structure and then having your business diversified geographically is what makes it so stable and growing. Okay, I mean, I have national marketing directors in multiple countries, not just team members.
All right. Because, you know, that's an important point for me too, because as you know, we were very closely involved in opening this country, and
right.
I didn't understand what we were doing anyways in the beginning. We just did it.
I don't want to mention that.
But when I was in Dubai the first time, I really saw that. I knew it was like 80% expats, 80 to 90% expats. And then I saw it in so many different nationalities, over 200, I believe. And in times of internet and Facebook and all these kind of speedy things we can use, in a country like that, everybody is there to make money. Everybody is there to make a business and a living. And most of them are in Dubai an average like for 3 years. So we bring the business into Dubai, make it likable and make it like reasonable and give it high values, I hope. And it's going to bounce out of Dubai again. And that's something we're going to see in the next 5 years, I suppose.
Right. I would think in the next 5 years, we'll have the Philippines, India, more of the Pacific Rim, and most likely some of the Middle East opened up by then. So again, and it's a great place to work in the wintertime.
Which is true. It's not a great place to work in the summertime because it's really burning the skin off your bones, but
right.
But steaming hot. But still, they invented the aircon, so they must be world champions in cooling down people. We have one remark here. Please don't forget Sri Lanka. Yes, we won't. We want to go there pretty soon, too. But I have one question here from Katarina, and I'm very happy to see you here, too, Katarina. It's a personal question, if I may ask you, Bob. You can refuse to answer, but you're not allowed to, basically. The question is, how long did it take you to be successful, so successful in this business that you could quit your job?
Oh, yeah, I can believe this. 6 months. Okay, now, okay, you're not going to believe this. Okay, I made SDD my first month.
Yes.
BF with Americans on the line. Okay, the second month I made sales coordinator, but more important than that, I had 5 PB legs and 3 POB legs my second month. My third month I made Q. My fourth month I made NMD, and 4 of my front lines made NMD. And one of those lines had 2 NMDs. When I went to my first conference, I joined June 8th. I went to the first conference October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I had 5 NMDs on my team from 4 different lines, and I was an NMD. This is how shy I was. When I went on stage, you know, some NMDs do a big talk. I said, I lived in Fort Lauderdale, Florida when I first joined. I said, I'm Bob Burdick from Fort Lauderdale, thanks. And walked off the stage, okay? When we won the Founders Award in '99, I did the same thing. I said, believe it or not, I'm shy in public situations, okay? Now, Sue says the only time I talk is when I know I can make money. but even today, when I go to speak on stage, I get nervous. I think people have spent time and money to be there, and I want to give them something of value. You know, and everybody hears things differently. So I don't want to hold anything back. I don't care if it's sideline or my team or whose team it is. I want to give them something of value. All right. And the thing I point out is be yourself, lead by example, and personal growth. I think those, you know, again, you can't teach what you don't know. I'm getting customers all the time. I'm recruiting there in Dubai. I need another front line like I need a hole in the head. Okay. Okay. But I like watching the lives change. It's like watching my great-grandchildren grow up now.
Those were very precious words, Bob. And I don't know what else to ask you and what else to say, except for thank you.
Well, look forward to seeing you. I'll give you my, we arrived back in Dubai on the 11th at midnight. It's a Saturday night, the 11th.
We're going to see each other.
Okay.
Don't expect me to pick you up at the airport.
No. But yeah, but we'll talk before then too.
Oh, that's a promise, and it's a threat as well.
Okay.
So, Bob, thank you very much for being with us, and please recommend us and our Zoom for every Sunday. We're going to have it to inform people with different topics, and I think this was the highlight on the second one already. So I don't know how to live up to that one, but.
Well, I don't know about that, but it was a pleasure being on it, and I'll have more time to promote it. I was distracted with a bunch of family stuff this week.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you.
So if everybody's fine, I would like to close this call then, because we have things to think about, and we still need some time to enjoy what you said. So take some notes, please, and then I see you in Dubai personally, but we are going to be talking before that.
Okay, I've one last remark, because there come the question of Hopeson, and he asked how he could go into the business. So please just join the person who have invited you to this Zoom today, and he will tell you everything. And to everybody else, I wish you a pleasant evening, and hope I see you all next Sunday to our next Zoom call.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
I can use call.